Godlow on the track.
So after I made my Yu-Gi-Oh Duels video with Jan, I decided that I wanted to break down the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck that I used. So for those of you who don't know, I have the box somewhere. Here it is. This is the TCG Yu-Gi-Oh Saga Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people who watched my Yu-Gi-Oh video would know about this deck, but for those of you who don't, today I'm going to run you guys through the deck. I'm going to show you all the cards in here and all the cards that I've been getting to know pretty well and the effects of them and so on. So yeah, so kick things off, we've got two Blue Eyes White Dragons. There's a third one in here somewhere, I believe. There's only two, but Blue Eyes White Dragon is the main point in this deck. So yeah, so I'm gonna put them up here, I think. No, yeah. So next we have Hieratic Dragon of Tefnut, I think it's called. Basically, you can special summon from your hand if you have no monsters on the field, and they have a monster. This card can attack during the turn though, and when it's tributed, you can special summon one dragon type from normal monster from your hand. So you can special summon Blue Eyes Dragon, but its defense and attack is 0. So it's a quick play effect. Darkstorm Dragon, Gemini Dragon monster basically. You can send one face up spell trap card to the field, to the graveyard, and destroy all spell cards on the field. Yeah, so it's treated as a normal monster while it's up here. So the effects of like Silver Scribe can probably still work. Yeah. Trading, basically discard one Blue Eyes and get 2 cards. I don't know why that's in here, but Kaiser Glider, this card cannot be destroyed by a battle with the same attack. So it's basically like a Kushidu Spirit spell card. When this card is destroyed into the graveyard, target one monster on the field, return it to the hand. So if this is like the last monster you've got, you can yeah. Damage Condenser, which I use against Jan, basically it negates the attack of a monster, and I can summon a monster with equal or less attack to what I would have taken in battle damage. So for example, when he used Sky Pegasus, I special summoned, I think it was White Stone, a legend, and then brought out Blue Eyes with Kyberman. So yeah. Castle Dragon Souls, basically it brings back one dragon from your graveyard. No, so you equip it to a monster, you can banish one dragon monster from your graveyard, and you gain 700 attack when it's faced with a card leaves the field. You can target one of the banished dragon types, special not target. So basically, if you send Blue Eyes if you banish Blue Eyes from your graveyard, and then have this card get destroyed, you can bring Blue Eyes onto the field for special summon. So it's pretty good. Mirage Dragon, your opponent can't activate traps during the battle phase, which is really good. So if they have like if you're playing a Dark Magician deck, for example, like Magic Cylinder or whatever. So yeah. Call the Haunted, I've really gotten to know pretty well. I used it against Jan as well. Basically, I target one monster in my graveyard, special summon it, and then when this card leaves the field, destroy the target, or when the target equipped is destroyed, destroy the card. So yeah. And then speaking of Kyberman, here's Kyberman. Basically, summon it on the field, normal summon. If you have Blue Eyes in your hand, activate its effect. So you tribute this, and Blue Eyes comes onto the field as normal. So yeah. Wingbeat of Great Dragon, I think I used this. Wingbeat of Giant Dragon, sorry, I think I used this. You return one level 5 or higher dragon type monster you control to the hand and destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. So it's a really good quick play card. What I tend to do is if I have a Blue Eyes on the field and then I draw a Kyberman, I activate this, and then Blue Eyes goes back into my hand, and then I can special summon Kyberman, and then my activation is not negated by anything. That's pretty nice. Compulsory Evacuation Device, target one monster on the field, return target to the hand. Dragonic Tactics, tribute 2 dragon type monsters, especially from 1 level 8 dragon type monster from your decks. Basically, if you have like Mirage Dragon and Hieratic or something, you can just pretty much special summon Blue Eyes from your Blue Eyes from your deck. But I would do this with a Blue Eyes, because if you're going to go for Castle Dragon Souls, you can banish that Blue Eyes, and then when that card gets destroyed, you can special summon the Blue Eyes back from the banish zone. So yeah. White Stone Legend, when this card is destroyed into the graveyard, you can search your deck for a Blue Eyes Dragon, add it to your hand. Best to put it in defensive position, there's no point wasting attack on that, it's absolutely useless in terms of attack. Alexandra Dragon, a normal monster which can be used for the Silver's Cry. No, it's too low of a level, sorry. But, excuse me, 2000 attack on a level 4, decent. Fiendish Chain, which I want to get used to. Basically, activates the card by targeting one effect monster on the field. It's the effects on negated, so you cannot attack when it is destroyed. Destroy this card. So, if I use this in the duel with Yan and he uses Sky Pegasus, his effects are negated regardless. So, if I had 1,000 life points and I wanted to pay 1,000 life points to keep my Blue Eyes, you can't activate the effect anyway since this is negated by it's an equipped card. Champion's Vigilance I've used on Duel Links many times. Basically, if a card or monster is summoned or activated, you can destroy it if you have a level 7 or higher normal monster on the field. So yeah, Roast of Blue Eyes. Kunai with Chain, you can equip, and then it can also change the battle position of a attacking monster. So if Yan attacks me with a Dark Paladin, I change to defense, and then I can target one face-up monster I control and equip it so it gains 500 attack, which I use for Blue Eyes. And now, this one is Swords with Revealing Light. I can flip all monsters Yan controls face up. This card remains on the field for 3 of your opponent's turns, and the monsters cannot attack for those 3 turns. So it's pretty much like a way to save yourself if you needed it. So yeah, Silver's Cry, self-explanatory. Target one normal dragon monster in your field, a graveyard, and special summit. Bloodstream of Destruction. Basically, if you have Blue Eyes on the field, destroy all monsters your opponent controls, but you cannot attack that turn, which is a nice little way to have some control. So, Dragon Shrine, basically send one dragon type monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if that monster is in your graveyard is a dragon type normal monster, you can send one more dragon type monster from your deck to the graveyard. So basically, I would go for Blue Eyes and a Whitestone Legend, I think, because Whitestone Legend, obviously, if it's in the graveyard at any point during that turn, you can obviously search for Blue Eyes. So yeah, Maiden with Eyes of Blue basically negates any attack. When it's got targeted attack, you can negate the attack, and if you do change the battle position of this card, you can special summon one Blue Eyes Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and then during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets this face-up card, you can special summon one Blue Eyes Dragon from your deck, hand, or graveyard. So basically, it gets out Blue Eyes regardless. So if it's on the field, you're safe. Shining Angel, which I'm pretty sure I use when this card is destroyed by a battle into the graveyard, you can special summon one light monster with 1,500 or less attack from your deck in face-up attack position. So I think doing that for a Kyberman or a Whitestone Legend really helps. Stamina Destruction, if you can control a dragon type monster, destroy target one spell trap card on the field, destroy the target, and inflict 500 damage to its controller. Herald of Creation, once per turn, discard a card, add one Blue Eyes in your graveyard to your hand. Cards of Consonance, discard one dragon type tuner, which I would go for Whitestone Legend again, and then draw 2 cards. Because obviously you want to get Blue Eyes out, so then if you draw into a thing, yeah. Rabbit Dragon, just a normal monster, just to add a bit of consistency. Soul Exchange, target one monster your opponent controls and one monster that you control, but if you tribute a monster, you must tribute your opponent's monster as if it was your control, and you cannot battle phase the turn is activate this card. Rider of the Storm Winds, I've never used this card before, I don't think. You can target one dragon type normal monster you control, equip this monster from your hand or your side of the field to that target. If a monster equipped with this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Okay, so it's pretty much one of those monsters where you can just equip it from your hand. Enemy controller, I love this card. You can either change the battle position of one monster on your opponent controls, or tribute one monster of your own to control one of their monsters until the end phase, which is very nice. Divine Dragon, I'm not going to try and say the name. Apocryphal Rally? I don't know. Basically, once per turn, discard one card, target one dragon type monster in your graveyard, add target to your hand. So, good way to get out Blue Eyes or any dragon type monster. Honest. During your main phase, you can return this card from the field to the hand. During either player's damage step, when a light monster you control battles, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. That monster gains attack equal to the attack of the opponent's monster it is battling until the end phase. So basically, if your attack is lower and you want to destroy a monster, Honest is the one. Kaiser Seahorse acts as 2 tributes for a light monster, similar to double costing for Dark Magician decks. Another Shining Angel, which I've just gone through. Luster Dragon is just a normal monster, normal dragon to help you there. You can see the cards in the background. Sorry about this, guys. I didn't know where to put them, so yeah. Cyberman, once again, you know the effect of Cyberman. It's really good. 1 for 1, send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard, special summon 1 level 1 monster from your hand or deck, so that's really good for tuning monsters. And there is a synchro in here, so yeah, White Elephant's Gift, send a Blue Eyes to your graveyard, or any non-effect monsters, any normal monsters, draw 2 cards, so it could be a Rabbit Dragon, Luster Dragon, etc. Monster Reborn really helps if somehow your opponent has outdone your Blue Eyes, bring it back. Flame Veil Guard, another tuner monster, 2000 defense, so you should be okay. If you get this out on like main phase 1 of the start of the duel, you'll be fine. And finally, for the end of the deck, we have got the Synchro monster, Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, the first Synchro monster I actually own, and it's the only one I own, I think. But like its effect is pretty much self-explanatory. I've been playing this so much on Duel Links, so you have no idea. Basically, when this card is special summoned, Dragon type monsters I control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects till the end phase. I just wanted to make sure I get it right. I know the effect, but wanted to make sure I got it right. And then once per turn during my standby phase or during your own standby phase, you can target 1 normal monster in your graveyard special summon that targets basically level 9, so you can only use it with Blue Eyes Dragon and a tuner monster. So if you have Blue Eyes in your graveyard, the turn after this card is synchro summoned, you can bring back Blue Eyes. And yeah, so that is basically the Blue Eyes deck. The Blue Eyes deck I find to be really, really helpful for me. Obviously, it's like the main starter deck to be using, but I think that this deck really does like show the basis of Yu-Gi-Oh to new players. Like, I've got some packs over here which I will show you guys. I have some Dark Neostorm cards that I pulled in here. I've got another starter deck and some keys for some reason. Sorry about that. I've got a Codebreaker deck, and I've got a Zombie Horde deck, which is a zombie deck. So the 3 structured decks I own are these 3. I don't know what just bought those cards, but yeah. So these 3 decks, and then that one is obviously from packs. It's a yeah, it's Dark Neostorm Special Edition pack box, pretty much. But yeah, so that has been probably one of the easiest Yu-Gi-Oh videos for me to make, but at some point very soon I will be doing another Yu-Gi-Oh Duels video with Yan. It will be very quick. Also, I've got a Fallout pin badge. But yeah, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and report it down below in the comments if you do decide to comment right there. If you haven't already, please check out my Snapchat Q&A. It's probably one of the most important videos I've ever made on this channel. I know it sounds stupid, but trust me, it's been really hard to film that video and so on. So yeah, so Azure Eyes Silver Dragon and me are going to start playing some more duels. It's currently one sec. It's currently 10 past 12 at night. So in the morning technically. It's midnight, and I'm filming a YouTube video. Yeah. So yeah, so I've been kind of guys, have a great rest of your day. Please check out my Snapchat Q&A video if you haven't already, even though as I'm recording this it came out like 3 hours ago, not even that. So yeah, so I've been Kyle, guys, have a great rest of your day. Azure Eyes and me. We'll see you guys hopefully in my next video. Peace out.